Welcome back to another episode of the Fake Friends podcast. You know why we're here. You know what we came to do. I'm trying to figure out where to position my mic so it's not blocking my camera with my face. I need to get I'm gonna get a new mic, get the arm extension. But yeah, we're back. It's good to be back. Got a lot to talk about. A lot has been happening in the world, you know, such as Pfizer releasing more documents about their little sticky not working and them knowing about it and it hurting people, and they knew everything about it. We're going to spend zero time talking about that because no one cares. No one cares because the cognitive dissonance is absolutely stronger than fucking, Arnold Schwarzenegger's fucking chin lock, dude. So yeah, we're just going to fucking talk about some other fun things. We've got a lot of things to talk about. Call back to an old episode. How you doing, first and foremost?
Doing great. Per usual. It's a little chilly out, but I'm doing good.
Yeah, it is over here. It's May, but still feels like April. So tomorrow it's supposed to start warming up. Then this weekend we're gonna get nice spring weather finally. So be good.
Nice. Hopefully it.
Yeah, let's.
Hopefully it. Yeah. Hopefully it.
Yeah.
It's warm when I'm out there. Like, I'm trying to come out there in a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, it will be. Yeah, you'll definitely have some weather then. Yeah. But let's hop right into it. Breaking news amongst the sneakerhead idiots, StockX, and some deep shit, man. I think.
Yeah, man. That's interesting.
Nike suing StockX over selling fake Nike shoes because Nike, I guess, bought some over a few months span from them. And they turned out to be fake. There's no way Nike's suing them without knowing 100%
that those are fake shoes. That they're selling fake shoes,
and Nike's in the right. There's just no way. StockX is probably fucking dunzo, dude.
From what I saw, if Nike itself purchased some shoes and they got them and they were fake, and it was more than one, like it was multiple. Well, one's enough because StockX is supposed to be a verified platform in terms of not selling fake shoes. Like, people go there to make sure that they're getting authentic shoes, and the prices that they're paying on this aftermarket. And if these shoes are fake, yeah, StockX is in trouble. But I think StockX has been in trouble because I think that's kind of been a sentiment already. Like, people didn't necessarily fully trust the authenticity of StockX. That's why I told you earlier, I think eBay having an authenticator. What? Where did you get that from? I'm sorry. My daughter just walked in here with candy. I don't know where she got candy from.
Wow.
From downstairs.
Yeah, go put them back.
Oh, from downstairs.
No. Say hi. Say hi.
It's your mother.
You got your cards? All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, like I was saying, you're not having those right now. You're not having them right now. No, this is real-time parenting, by the way, for those listening.
It's just great because coming in and out of like background, and it's hilarious. It's a new face every time.
So, I was saying earlier about eBay. eBay added an authenticator. eBay, I think it's been used to be like a gamble, like a risk shot. Like, you could buy something on eBay and be like, man, I hope it's real when I get it. And so now, like, when they have an authenticator for sneakers, I think people actually put a little more trust in it. And I know that StockX has always kind of been iffy. I've used StockX, sold and bought on it, but to have the actual retailer purchase from the aftermarket and then verify that the aftermarket is selling fake products from the actual retailer, that's interesting. StockX might be done so.
No, StockX is done though if they're proven right now.
Yeah.
The thing is what is the difference then between like StockX and GOAT?
The difference between StockX and GOAT, I don't really think there is one. I think that's just two different reseller markets that I've kind of actually before like thought GOAT was a little more verified or a little more like secure. I never really liked StockX's no return exchange policy or something like that they have. Like, once you get it, you get it and you can't do anything with it. I think you can actually return on GOAT. One thing I like about GOAT is they got like pre-verified. So when when shoes are like released, you don't have to. You could purchase from somebody and wait for them to send it to GOAT, or you could purchase straight from GOAT, basically. So GOAT has like basically a stock. You pay more, of course, but I guess you're paying to guarantee that they're real. But what are you gonna do, man? I mean, you never know unless you get them from the actual, My brother said that to me today. I showed him that. I think the post that I showed you, and he was like, you can't trust these aftermarkets. You got to get it directly, just from the actual source. Otherwise, you never know. So pretty interesting with StockX, because I know that they have become really like a popular and reliable source for a lot of people, for a lot of resellers, and for a lot of consumers.
Yeah, because of their branding. I will say what's cool about GOAT. I only bought, I think, 2 shoes from them, but one time bought a pair, and they sent me pictures saying like, hey, there's a stain right here. And it wasn't the biggest stain. It kind of didn't even really ruin the shoe too much. But the fact that they took the time to be like, yo, do you still want these? And I was like, no. And they credited me and sent them back to the seller. I was like, that's pretty cool. But yeah, then it's like, okay, well, then what about eBay? How does eBay become more of a verified seller than the other platforms? Which again brings me to my next point, because we always used to go into these shoe stores over the years, and I used to be like, dude, all these shoes are fucking fake. And you used to be like, no, they're real. And I'm like, we don't know that. Like, I'm like, this Nike check. I've been in the stores, and I'm like, dude, you call me crazy. Should at least you called me. I'm like, this Nike check looks
Something's not right.
Or this Jumpman logo looks slightly different. And I understand not every shoe's made the same, but a company like Nike, Adidas, their quality control is most likely pretty fucking accurate, especially when it comes to logo and branding, So
and for like those retail stores, I think it's like hard. Retail is hard as like an independent retailer. I think it's harder as like a reseller. And like, so for them to have mass product, authentic mass products it's kind of hard to believe a lot often. It's kind of like, who's verifying their products?
And honestly, at the end of the day, I think it just comes down to your own discernment. Like if you buy some shoes and you can't tell they're fucking fake, like that's
not fake.
You know what I mean? Because they're not fake because.
And I say they're not fake because they're not fake to you. Like if you can't, like.
Yeah. Because my thing is like I bought my pair of 500s, the Bones. I bought off eBay before they had their authentic shit. And you were like, bro, just do it. Like it's eBay. They have a good feedback. So it's like, okay, yeah, it's true. Like the seller has good feedback. So their integrity is probably good. You would assume. When I got the shoe, I YouTubed like what fake 500s look like and what to look for. And when I did the assessment, I was like, these look fucking real to me. If they are, what do you call them? Counterfeit, then they did a hell of a good job and they look like Yeezys and feel like Yeezys. I think more importantly though, I think one way you probably could tell, it's got to be the fit, right? Like, right? Like
maybe if you can compare them, but like I said, I think even the fakes are really close.
Yeah.
To like authentic. So if you don't get them directly from the source,
and honestly, I could care less what people like wear when it comes to authentic and fakes, like or knockoffs, whatever. Because at the end of the day, like, who gives a shit? Think about like the designer brands like Gucci, Louis, and shit. How like people would just be like, I could spend $800 or I could spend $80.
Yeah,
and it looks the same.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. So who's the joke really on? You know what I mean? Like, So it's interesting. It will be see if Nike does prove that, and if they're not doing some fuckery, like they actually prove it came from StockX and it was fake. Be interesting to see how people react to buying shoes through like the third party, like a arbitrator trader, like seller,
Well, yeah, because honestly, like and even I said this, I think like sometimes that's just the way that you accept getting certain product that you want. Like, oh, I'm not even going to try to get it. I'm going to just wait till it hits the aftermarket and get it there. and just pay the extra, premium price. But at least I got what I wanted. So it's unfortunate for that, for StockX at least. That's unfortunate.
It is. So yeah, we'll continue to follow that and try to stay updated with it. But yeah, tough day for StockX. And
tough day for stocks.
Yeah, moving forward, stock market's continuing to not do well. That's just what happens when things are planned like that. So that's that. There's so much negativity in the world that people are just pulling their money, companies, there's all sorts of market manipulation, but crypto is really taking a hit, which sucks. It is what it is. Everything ebbs and flows. There's a pendulum. There will be a bounce back at some point. When, who knows? But
yeah, there seems to be like this panic that it's about to just completely like disappear and be gone and be done with. Kind of the same way like NFTs are. NFTs are like
low key kind of fucking dead right
done.
now.
Like they're done. In a sense,
they're done. There might be like no bounce back.
No bounce back, and it's just like it seems like crypto's got like this same sentiment about it, which I guess I can understand because NFTs and crypto kind of go hand in hand. Like you're purchasing them with, and so
the one thing
the reason I know, not to cut you off about that, just the reason I know that crypto can't like disappear is because digital currency is a thing that is going to exist.
Yeah, there's already a place for some of them.
Yeah, and you can already use them for a lot of things, so it'll come back.
Yeah, so I think that's more of a bounce back. NFTs are probably done. So if you were fucking making money like racks off fucking high apes, kudos to you, but the longevity in that.
Well, I think just like with anything, because when that started, I'm like, yo. Any type of content should be an NFT, but just like with any type of content, if it doesn't have substance to it, it's not gonna last.
Right.
It's just not gonna last. Like it's gonna have a wave and then it's gonna be gone.
Yep.
Because people value unconsciously, they value substance. Like you might think you value something that's just hype or something that's like a fad, but like what starts as a fad, if it has substance, it no longer becomes a fad because it has substance. You know what I mean? Like it maintains its longevity. So if there's no substance to the NFTs, if the non-fungible token isn't tangible in some people's eyes or doesn't present any value or substance to be tangible, then it's not going to continue to be valuable, I guess. I don't know. I can just be rambling. Who knows if I know what I'm talking about.
No, you're not rambling, but I will finish it is, what happened was a bunch of people got suckered into a fucking con, and what NFTs were used to is just to launder money. That's it. Done.
Yeah. Man.
So when they were like, oh my God, my fucking
taxes.
My fucking, my fucking beach towel that's wrapped around a fucking dog with fucking wings just sold for $2.2 million. This new hype. It's like, nope, someone just fucking illegally sent someone money, idiot.
Probably helped a lot of people avoid paying taxes.
Like when someone fucking taped a banana to a wall and then fucking apparently sold it for like whatever the price was, a couple $1 million. People are like, that's art. It's like, no, that's money laundering. That's money laundering. Yeah, so that's that. Rip NFTs. Rest in dank. But yeah, man. What else you got? It's been
it's been a while. Actually, I think I still got it. We still got to upload the last time we were on here, but
at this point, I don't even know where it is because it's not in
our
file.
Yeah, it's not there because Dropbox is weird. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah,
so that episode actually might be nuked. We did record an episode a week ago. It didn't get released because I went away and I couldn't edit it, but it actually never could have got uploaded. We have no clue why. We were just talking baseball and some sports, and that's unfortunate. It was a fun little convo, but it is what it is. It's probably nuked.
Maybe when it goes from like the 2 people that do listen to this podcast to like the 5 people that listen to this podcast, we'll upload it like as like a special episode.
Hey, that'd be great. But we got to put it out first, I will say, to get back on the shoes before we transition into some spots talk, because we got some good spots talk. I feel like you only win shoes on the lotteries when like you could care less and don't want to win. You're like, I don't want to win. Like, I don't want to spend this money right now. Fuck it. But I'm going to do it anyway. It's just for like,
when you want the shoes, you never win.
You never win. So today I got my first sneakers app win. Probably, I just don't know why. And I got those midnight navy Jordan 6s, which is pretty cool. So that's that. And
those are clean.
That was my little one today. Yeah, they do. They look, I remember I texted you. I was kind of like, dude, like, did I just get these for like absolutely zero reason? But come summertime when it's like 80 out, 6 p.m., and you got to go out, you need some crispy white shoes. I'm glad you're sticking with the white shoes. Throw those on. I think that's what it's going to be. I'll probably leave them dead stock for a while and then decide if I want to move them or not. But I've always been a fan of the 6s, so in white shoes. So I might
used to hoop in my DMPs.
Yep. Right? And people used to get fucking all tight. And you used to fucking wear your Bread 11s. And people used to be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Bro, you're playing basketball in basketball shoes. You're like, yeah.
Way before the days of StockX and sneakers apps and shoe apps, the days when you had to go stand in line to get shoes physically.
Which I feel like was probably way more fun, even though you had to camp out. And I bet you it was a blast.
It was until it became a risk of like your life.
Well, that's too. Yeah, it's not fun to get shot over shoes. That's kind of absolutely ridiculous. Like people that do that, it's like, dude, learn how to take an L and just try next time. You know what I mean? Like, get up early. You don't have to fucking shoot someone in the face. Just get up earlier next time.
Yeah, but out there.
Yeah, I do think moving forward to get to the spots talk. How about the Celtics, dude? Let's talk about them real quick.
Yeah, they play tonight?
They do play tonight.
Down
Game 5.
3-1?
Nah, it's 2-2.
2-2. They won. That's right.
Had an unreal game 4
Yo,
victory,
I'm not going to lie. It's weird because, like, it's the Celtics. So you just look up, and they just continuously seem to be in, like, a position to compete for championships.
Mm-hmm.
Strange, right? And like, now, we've said this. Tatum, I think, is an NBA superstar. And I don't even think – I don't want to say gonna be. I think he is a superstar, but I don't even think he's like reached the pinnacle of what he can be yet. He's what, 22?
He's still a baby.
He's like 22. He's still on the cusp. And he even said in like this interview, I think when they were going through a rut, I think this year, and he was like, maybe it was last year, but he was like, I came in the league so young and we were good. And he just thought that was just the way it was. And so, like, him and Jaylen Brown are going through these as teammates. They're going through these growing pains, but they're going through these growing pains, and they're in position to actually compete for championships. And I think, like, 3 years from now, they could easily run off a three-peat. Easily, because when you think about the other teams in the East, the teams that are competing right now for the championship in this playoffs and these semifinals, Boston's the youngest. They have the youngest stars.
Mm-hmm.
They got the youngest stars. And when you look at the East in terms of teams that aren't in the playoffs, Boston still has the youngest stars in the East. And I think it's just impressive. Now, granted, I think Milwaukee still wins the series. I think they're a better team, like all the way around. I know Middleton being hurt kind of hurt some things, but I think Milwaukee goes back to the finals. They might struggle with the Heat without Middleton, but if Boston beats Milwaukee, the Heat and Boston series should be really good.
Yeah,
that should be really good. And I'm insinuating that the Heat are going to beat the Sixers, but it's impressive. Boston's just impressive because, like I said, I think they got the youngest stars and. What a new coach. Tatum's a superstar. Like he's got Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan-esque potential to dominate a game.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? You do got to give credit to that whole organization because even though I wasn't watching any of the games, I did know their record, and they were pretty much like 500 for most.
Yeah,
of the season.
they were a mediocre team.
After the All-Star break, they just went on a run.
They will.
And it's crazy. Former coach Brad Stevens moved to the GM. I think you got to give him a ton of credit for the players he added along the way. I mean, I think that Derek White kid was a great trade. Not a big name, but he played well for them.
Asset right now.
Yep. And like players like Grant Williams, who you'd watch and be like, "How's this guy a basketball player?" But he's stepped up and played well.
And I actually like enjoy these moments where I can be like, "Guess I was wrong." Marcus Smart being like the premier point guard for that team. When I thought they should have kept, I think, Rozier, I was like, I would keep Rozier, but Smart's an asset. He's an asset at that point guard position for that team on both sides of the ball. Both sides of the ball. He helps them win.
And I could go out to say and speak for many Celtics fans that they don't want Marcus Smart playing point guard, but he made it work. And I mean, no one really expected that of him. It's pretty impressive, honestly. Like, it's kind of crazy that the Celtics with no, legacy player on their team right now, you're like, wow, they really could, without like being a homer, they really could win the finals this year.
They could.
With absolute names.
They could. I still think the Suns do it. I think ultimately whoever gets there loses to the Phoenix Suns. I think that's the best team in NBA.
Yeah, and they lost last year in the finals, and losing a finals, you do see it. You do see it often where a team loses the finals, comes back the next season and wins the finals because they learned how to win from losing. Especially at that moment. So wouldn't surprise me at all if the Suns won it.
They just play team. To transition real quick, the Suns are they're a team. Like, they play team basketball. They have a veteran point guard who's really good. They have a young scorer who's really good. They have a dynamic big man who's really good on both sides of the ball, and they have a wing player who's consistent in Bridges, and they have some depth off the bench. JaVale McGee, dynamic. Shamit, like they got, that team is deep, and they play team basketball, and they play defense. And in Ayton just honestly, the Warriors probably are going to beat the Grizzlies tonight. I think the Warriors lose to the Suns in 6 games.
Really?
Yep. And I'm a fan of both teams. Like,
do you think that's because the Warriors play more small ball and they're going to run into an issue with, like, when Ayton's on the floor getting out rebounded or something?
I think they're going to get out rebounded on the offensive end. But I think the guard matchup with Paul and Booker and Curry and Clay, as much team basketball as the Warriors play, the Suns do it just the same. And the Suns can shoot with them. But I think the Suns defense is going to, I think they're going to outlast, especially at home. Suns got home court advantage in the series. You got to win. Warriors are going to have to win at least one on the road to win that series. Two on the road. I don't know, man. I think the Suns win that in 6. I think they take one in Golden State. They win it back they win it in Golden State, actually, I think. It wouldn't surprise me. I think they might split at home and then, split 1-1 and then split 1-1 and then win it back at home. We'll see.
So I got 2 things I want to say and answer them in this order, the way I present them, about the awards in the NBA. 1, do you think Monty Williams should have been Coach of the Year? And if not, who? And then 2, MVP. Did they get it right?
Actually, you know what? No. Actually, you know what? I understand Monty Williams. Do think they were the best team all year long. If it was anybody else, I would have went with Grizzlies head coach.
That's what I was thinking too.
I would have went with the Grizzlies head coach because that team was good all year also, all year long. Wouldn't surprise me if Spoelstra won it though too. Heat were the 1 seed.
Yeah,
they were a good team all year long. But I understand Monty just because like the Suns dominated.
Yeah.
I think they only lost like 5 home games.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay. Like they were actually very Golden State.
Games, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like they had a season like Golden State had like 3 years ago.
You put up 60+ wins in an NBA season. That's a very impressive year. That's like winning 100 games in baseball, winning like 14 games in football.
Yeah, That's why I'm like, how do you not give it to a team that does that? And MVP, I probably would have went Embiid. I honestly would have understood Giannis. I don't want to discredit Jokic, the Joker, phenomenal basketball player. But I think in the NBA, some of the team's success filters into that MVP discussion, right? Like your team has to be successful. And I think that for the Nuggets to go and be a first round exit, I think Embiid proves to be more valuable, in my opinion, to his team than Jokic does.
Yeah, Embiid carried his team.
Yeah, like carried that team. And not saying Jokic doesn't, because I watched the Nuggets play. Like, I'm not necessarily a fan, but I like some of the players on their team when Porter's healthy, when Murray's healthy. They're cool to watch. I like Barton. I don't know. Not saying I'm into conspiracy theories, but I think there's an agenda with why he won it again. And I just think it could have definitely been Embiid. I think he had the better year. Didn't Embiid lead the league in scoring too? I'm almost positive he finished leading the league in scoring.
I'd be the last person you want to ask. I didn't follow the NBA season. So then let's elaborate more on why you think they gave it to him for a second year in a row. What's the agenda there?
Scoring leaders 2022. Who led the league in scoring?
Dead air.
Yeah, because I think I'm wrong.
I think I saw some stat on the TV the other day. That was on ESPN. Had something to do with Jokic's points for the season, rebounds, and assists or something like that. Like,
maybe I had it wrong. I think Jokic led the league. I think Jokic did lead the league in scoring.
Yeah.
Did Jokic average 30? He averaged 31 a game.
That's impressive.
31 and 13.
So besides maybe performance, what would be a alternate motive to give Jokic?
I think they're looking for. I think the NBA needs a face of the league, and
they're searching for it right now.
They're searching for it, but not only are they searching for it, the NBA has always had the agenda of globalizing the game, and I think an international player being the face of the league helps globalize the game the way the NBA would like it.
What about Giannis? He won back-to-back MVPs.
Yeah, before Jokic. That's my point.
So you're saying, there's
you know what I mean? Like, he won back-to-back, and then Jokic.
So you're going to keep on having these European players probably get favored. You know, someone like a Luka might be up next, regardless of if it's like a close call between two players. If you can lean one way, they lean to the Euro guy.
Yeah, and I mean they hype. I'm not saying he's not worth the hype, but they hyped Luka all the way up.
Dude, yeah, I know, I agree. Luka's awesome. He's phenomenal. He seems like
deserves the hype, but they hype him all the way up.
But when you put up numbers to a guy who's been in the league like 3 years to Michael Jordan, stop.
I'm sorry. I need to correct this because I knew I wasn't tripping. That was the playoffs. Joel Embiid averaged 30, 11, 4, led the league in scoring with almost 50% field goal percentage. Jokic was sixth in the league in scoring, averaged 27 and 13. I mean, and
what about his assists?
He averaged 8 assists.
Yeah.
So I get that. I get the numbers especially as a big man.
He had some stat about like the amount of points scored plus like rebounds and assists in a season. What they totaled it out to be for each category was like something that hasn't been done too often. So I wish I had the numbers. It sucks when you bring
especially for a guy in his position. I get it.
Yeah. But it's just.
But I mean, if that's the case, I don't know. You could have had Giannis win it again too. He almost averaged 30. He averaged 29 0.9 with 11
Honestly.
boards and almost six assists a game. And that's why I said for me, like the MVP in NBA is your team's success does have an impact on that, I think, because that's what makes you valuable. Like you can control the success and failures of your team more than you can in any other sport in the NBA. Like you can take over a game and like, you know, like, and especially the way it's presented, you know, like the year Derrick Rose won it, like the way they covered him on highlights, he did everything for that Bulls team, and carried them to win. And that's why I'm just kind of like, my pick's definitely Embiid there, but I don't know. I could be fishing.
Also, too, I do think the NBA, like all leagues, but I feel like more so in the NBA, they kind of take turns with the MVP award because you can kind of just pick out one player who could probably win it every year. I know LeBron during his run of his career pretty much could have won it every year.
Every year.
He always had like the same numbers, and you're like, well, if he had the same numbers
every year, and his team was always in position to win. So it's like, come on, man.
So I get it. You know, it is what it is.
I like Jokic though. I do, and he's good too. I mean, like, and maybe there's a bias just because it's not necessarily exciting. It's real Tim Duncan-esque in terms of the way he plays.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Like his highlight's going to be an over-the-shoulder pass or a Dirk Nowitzki turnaround jump shot. But what he does affect the game. I just think that his team should be where the Mavericks are right now. If he's the MVP, you know what I mean? Because Luka's carrying that team.
Yeah, that's a fact. I don't like to do this just because we'll never know, but I will say that speaking of Tim Duncan, if he was playing right now in the current game of the NBA, he would be fucking unstoppable. Now, I know he might run into some issues guarding like a stretch player on the perimeter. Can understand that, but no one's stopping him inside the 3-point line.
Nobody stopped him.
And he probably would have been able to stretch it out to knock down some. Yeah.
I was going to say, nobody stopped him when he played. He was unstoppable.
He was unstoppable. I mean, Tim Duncan probably would have been even better than.
And that's kind of just like Jokic really reminds me of. And honestly, in terms of his style of play, it is fun to watch. Like I got the chance to watch the Nuggets and the Memphis play up close on the floor. And Jokic is like, when you watch it, it's fun to watch. So just like Ja too, it's unreal. So I get why he won. Like, I'm saying he shouldn't have won. Like, he didn't deserve to win, but I just think Embiid might have deserved it more. But what are you gonna do? It is what it is, you know.
Any other comments you want to make about the sports world? Anything in baseball that stand out to you over the last week?
I did watch some games this week. Who did I watch? I watched was it last week or since we last talked? Who did I watch? I watched the Mets come back down 7 against the Phillies. My gosh, Mets got something special brewing this year. That's for sure. I watched Robbie Ray pitch, who I'm telling you, dude, he signed a contract. And it's just like, yeah, I don't care. I'm getting paid now. He looks out of shape. He throws 90 miles an hour. He was throwing like 97 last year.
He sat in the high 90s.
Dude, he's throwing like 90 to 92. Like, man, it's and he honestly, he looks like he sweats beer out of his pores.
Wow. Well, credit to Toronto then for pursuing.
Yeah, because like I thought Robbie Ray was like, hey,
because when they first did that, that signing at Gossman, you would have thought, why not just bring back Robbie Ray?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, bring back Robbie Ray, but when you see him, he looks out of shape compared to dude. He, like, think about it. He looked like a bodybuilder in his uniform last year. And now, like, out of shape. Velocity's not there. Next time. Yeah, you gotta check him out. So that was interesting to watch, interesting to see, but kind of running with it. And you told me the Twins are like 18 and 11, right? Is that what it was?
Sir, leading the Central.
Not only are they 18 and 11, but they got a lot of exciting. I actually picked up one of the young arms on my fantasy. if they can stay healthy, that'd be interesting. Who is it? Lewis, the young kid.
Royce Lewis.
And they got a catcher that's supposed to be good. Like Miranda. I think it's young catcher. Supposed to be good on the offensive side of the ball.
I thought he was an infielder.
I think he's a catcher. Maybe no, third baseman. I think he's third baseman. Yeah, third baseman, not a catcher.
Out of nowhere in the minors hitting pop.
Yeah.
Joe Miranda,
yeah, Joe. I think it's Joe with some pop. So Twins pretty cool to see, but yeah. I'm dying. I'm standing still on the hill that I think the Mets are gonna come out to NL.
Yeah, as of right now, that's a good pick. I think honestly, and it sucks because I'm such a Bryce guy and a Phillies guy because of Bryce. The Phillies just don't have the arms, and I think the only team to compete with the Mets right now is the Braves.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I know they're back right now in the division, but I'm just saying in general, a team that could get hot, go on a run, and then kind of go pound for pound. I think they match up pretty well.
Absolutely.
But if DeGrom comes back healthy, the Mets are going to be a problem.
I will tell you this. For the sake of excitement, I hope the Angels find a way into the playoffs.
Me too. I was actually thinking about that.
Into the championship series because Shohei.
That's Angels World Series.
Shohei in the playoffs is going to be can't miss TV.
And if Mike Trout
like every at bat, every pitch, can't miss TV.
Yeah. And if Mike Trout gets into the playoffs
and
it has
fucking cookies.
high I know, right? But if he starts doing what he does, Mike Trout doing Mike Trout things, if he does that in these high pressure situations, even if he's getting cookies, hey man, gotta.
I don't even want to say you gotta give it because I give it to him, but you're right, it's different there.
No, it's different.
It's different there. It's different.
You see
there.
the great ones pressed. You see especially in the first showing. Like I remember Mookie Betts when he first got into the playoffs in like 17.
Yep.
Oh, he's so tight.
He was trying to do it all every swing.
I think it might have been 16. And
he was trying to do it all in every swing.
Every swing, you could just see it. Damn. So, it'd be interesting. I will say this though. I agree. Angels, Mets could be a future World Series because it looks like the Angels finally have consistent pitching. Noah Syndergaard.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I mean. And so if they can string it together,
just threw a no last night.
Yep. If they can string it together, they should come out of that. They should come out of that West.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Mariners aren't it. A's not it.
I think the Mariners are like a year off.
Yeah,
just a year.
They're not it. The A's aren't it. Who am I forgetting in that division?
Houston's still a problem.
Houston's struggle, but like I think the Angels can come out of there, and if they do, man, Shohei in the playoffs.
Shohei in the playoffs is going to be absolutely stupid. I will say this: there is one player that I feel like needs to get way more love, and I know at one point he was like the king of baseball for a year during his rookie year, but I think this player, is arguably the face of baseball, and rightfully so. I think Aaron Judge
he's too
top
good.
5 player. I really do. I really think Aaron Judge is like the cream of the crop, real deal. I really do.
I really do. Right at the plate. You can't throw him anything.
Nah, you really can't because that dude is not just a long swing and miss guy. That dude, he's a barrel to ball and drive, and he plays ball player.
So strong too, it's dangerous. Two players I want to touch on actually before we wrap. Gleyber Torres. Yep. I think we both said it. He's gonna have a good year. He's off to a good start. Getting comfortable, settling in over there. Anthony Rendon, I think helps the Angels get to the postseason. I know he had like
a home run lefty last night.
I saw that. But I think he had remember when he had that big year and then he signed that deal with the Angels, then he got hurt.
Well, he was always pretty consistent.
No, but I think he's healthy now, and he's going to consistently help them win. And Joe Adele.
How's he looking?
Roster anymore? They optioned him to AAA.
See, interesting. I do real quick before I comment on that. I just love that Rendon saw Brett Phillips come into pitch and said, "Fuck this! You're going to act like a joke. I'm going to act like a joke and go lefty." And the fact that he had a home run is just even cooler. But I'm glad that Madden gets it because it's like, yo, it's not baseball when you put in position players who can't pitch. Like, it's not like if Brett Phillips, I mean, the guy's great, but if he was going in there throwing like fucking.
And did you see the windup? Did you see the windup?
I know. It's just such a joke. It's a clown show. So it's like
at the big league level too. At the big league level, like this isn't indie ball. Yeah.
So who did you just mention?
Adele.
I still think that kid has got too nice of a swing to fucking. He's gonna figure it out. I'll give him a little more time. I'm not gonna shit on him. But I was watching MLB Network last night, and Dan O'Dowd, who I usually like, I think he has some pretty fucking realistic fucking commentary and isn't too biased. But he was saying that Torkelson was not ready to start this year, and he should be in the minors right now. I thought that was an interesting comment.
Yeah, well, see, here's what I think is happening. Because I actually checked up on Torkelson. And this just goes to my comment that I always say, let them learn at the big league level. Like there's gonna be growing pains with young players.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
There's where they're gonna go out, they're gonna have a couple good games, and then they're gonna have 10 bad ones when they're figuring some shit out because because these other teams are getting like, oh, okay, this young buck, we got to pay attention to him. How do we get him out? Let's try this. And when they find out it works, now that give the kids some time to make the adjustment at the big league level. You did it with Cody Bellinger.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got to let them sink or swim. And that's why if they have the tools that apply even briefly and the physicality, let them learn at the big league level. Because I just feel like you waste the at-bats down in the minor leagues because you still have that learning curve when you get to the big league level. So get that experience there.
Right. When I hear comments like that, I'm like, what does that mean they're not ready? Like, when are you going to be ready? You know, like for Joe Adele, sometimes maybe it's just a mental thing where he's just kind of trying too hard. So go down to AAA, get comfortable again, and then come up. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even understand. But fucking saying you're not ready, like you're not going to learn how to hit MLB pitching and AAA. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So
and I don't know the reason. Like sometimes they option guys predicated on like knees. Like I think they optioned him when he was batting like 230 with like 3 home runs in 20 games.
Yeah.
Like it was only 20 games.
Yeah, I'd still think Joe Adele's an interesting player.
I just think a guy like that, he was a 10th pick.
They're running out of room maybe for him because the Brandon Marsh kid, I think, is getting burned every day. You
That's
know,
what I'm saying. Maybe, but Adele's got tools, fast, pop.
Well, another thing too is because he plays all over the place. The Taylor Ward kid's been raking, and you need to find a spot for him. That's what I mean. Like it might have just been like they had 5 outfielders on the roster, 4 or 5 outfielders on the roster, and if he didn't get off to a hot start, you know, pretty interesting. So, well, I will make a comment on this though, and it's only because that situation speaks to it. I had a conversation with a former coach of ours, the whole black and white thing in baseball. And this kind of proves a point that he made. You don't see players that look like me as bench players in the big leagues. And it was interesting because I couldn't really think of any. If they look like me, they play every single day. And I thought that was an interesting point that he pointed out. Because I couldn't think of a bench player that looked like me. There's only like one player I can think of. It's like Tony Kemp.
And I think he's playing pretty much almost every day now for the A's.
Yeah.
And I couldn't think of. I know the Royals had a guy, Gore. He was blazing fast. Dyson was playing every day at one point. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Gore. He was like Terrence Gore, blazing fast. But they just and that's why I thought the option on the Odell was interesting also, because I'm like, well, get him a spot start here and there, and maybe let him try to figure it out by playing every other 3 days or so, or just interesting.
Yeah, again, I don't follow that team too in depth, but
yeah,
I will say is they do have a crowded outfield, and if they just gave, like, if they had a pool of players and they're like, whoever comes out hot in the first month and a half, that's who we're going to roll with. And because you're all pretty much the same service time.
Yep.
Maybe that's what they did. Because
that's what I think is the case, especially and on top of the fact that the option probably was to get like another infielder up there, maybe somebody I don't know if the Angels, somebody might have got hurt, but
I think Adele sure going to be called back up this year without a doubt.
I think so too. I think he should. I just think his tools are applicable. Like, I don't want that guy on my bench to be like, "Hey, Adele, you're starting today," when I need to give somebody else a rest. Because you got the tools to go out and hit 2 home runs in a game, make some diving catches, throw some, like, you steal some bags. You have those tools. I want you on the big league roster.
Yeah.
So pretty interesting, but that's all I got.
Well, if that's the case, then my die on the hill, I should have played this before the episode started, but I think we should get some new intro music, and I got our song. Hopefully we don't get a copyright issue for this, but I'm going to play you our new intro song.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah.
And you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That's definitely the intro.
And welcome to the Fake Friends podcast. Yeah, it's
it. or just throw it at the end. Throw it at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the outro music.
It's the
because after our conversations, our conversations, and they get tapped like they used to tap our phones, they're definitely coming to lock us up.
Yeah, that's what I got. I'm gonna make a new intro song.
All right, yo.
I'm gonna make a new song. I think I'm gonna rebrand our music for our podcast. Gonna give it something original.
It's fine by me.
It's fine by. I like it. What do you got?
For the intro song?
No, just in general. Anything? Any last thoughts before we wrap this up?
Oh, what time is it? I got about 10 minutes before I gotta pick up a kid from school. Yeah, hot take. Shiba Inu. Shib Army. It's like it's adding a zero probably by the end of the day. And it's going to kill a zero by the end of the year. Hot take.
I'll give you the actual price it's at right now as we wrap this up. Oh my God.
I told you, I didn't even
4 zeros and a 1 and a 2.
I don't even want to look.
I might have lost all my money, dude. I am down. Down and earlier. He's holding. Last time I heard Cash Daddy last week, he was still holding.
I'm holding till the wheels. I'm holding till the.
I look at it like this. I'm like,
falls off.
My thing is like when you're gonna cut losses, you basically want to cut ASAP. Like you kind of want to cut around your break.
Yeah, the minute it starts losing.
I already lost so much money that like if I sold anything, I might as well just lose it all at this point. As even though it's like,
what are you saying? My thing is like, what are you gonna do with what you're trying to save from losing?
Right. It's a pretty decent bag I'll be losing, but it's kind of like, hey, I took a shot in the dark and the darkness consumed me.
You could have went and put that whole bag on like 9 at a roulette table, and lost it the same. It just lost it quicker.
Right. I just lost it a different way. But no, I do think there'll be a crypto surge at some point, and
it's coming back.
Yeah, it's gonna bounce back, especially with that community, bro. The whole time since we bought in used to be like 3 to 6 days. Now it's like you saw it at like what
126 days. 126 days. And through this bloodshed of like a dying bear market, it's been between a 70 and 80% buy. Like people are buying the token at this price. I'm actually mad that I don't just have like.
I should honestly be getting.
You know what? I'm mad that I don't have $1,000 to just lay around that I want to spend. I'd buy another 100 million if I could right now.
Dude, I'm
telling you, you should be getting up to you should be trying to get to 200 million right now.
Dude, seriously, hold on a second, because I am 20 million away from 100 million.
You should go buy that 20 million, because that might cost you like $400 if that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna cost me $257.
That's an easy buy. You just bought some J's this morning. Like that's an easy buy to get you to 100 million. So when it does take off,
yeah. Oof.
And that's what I'm saying. Like 100 million coins right now is only like $1,100, and a year from now, somebody takes $1,100 and buys 100 million coins. Today, a year from now, that 100 million coins could be worth 15 grand. Now this is not financial advice per usual. This is just a thought that, shot in the dark. I'm just saying, man, anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
Because it's a bloodshed when you look at the crypto market right now.
Oh yeah. I just
bloodshed. I even think Bitcoin's under 30, isn't it? Yeah. Ethereum's down, Bitcoin's down. But it was down this time. It was all down this time of year last year also. Same time. Same time of year. Same time. Bought me some Ethereum, doubled up, got out of there. Retrograde. So we'll see what happens.
Mercury's in retrograde. All right. Till next time.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
No, you just said that. And
Breaking
I saw
news.
something earlier. It's not breaking news. Kamaya's putting out a project. This is funny because you said retrograde. And she said, you'll like this. So this is a comment. She put out a post that the song isn't available on streaming platforms yet because they're telling me if I release today, it'll only be available on YouTube. So y'all got to wait another week. Blame it on the retrograde. I don't know. We coming all summer though.
Yeah, because apparently technology fails during a retrograde. It has
blame it on the retrograde. So
I don't know.
See what happens, man. Till next time. After the retrograde.
After the retrograde.
Yeah. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?